Hello, my name is Gabe Williams, and in today's interview with Joel Fredericks, we will be exploring many questions, including the following. Do you think life exists elsewhere in the universe? Do you think Earth is the only world with life in our solar system? Should the U.S. and other countries be spending millions of dollars looking for extraterrestrial life? And what would it mean to humanity if we found definitive proof that life existed elsewhere in the universe? These are the topics we will explore and more. Do you think life exists elsewhere in the universe?
Yes. Well, to an extent. Do I really believe that there are very advanced civilizations that are currently monitoring Earth? No. Do I think it's possible that there's significantly less, I shouldn't say civilized, but advanced life outside of Earth? Absolutely. We're all kind of based on the same sort of materials. It would make sense that kind of chain reaction would happen on other planets. How far they are in that development, no idea. But it would make sense to say, what's an example of a planet you've talked about in class that has an ocean?
So there's a couple of exoplanets that we know about that have at least water, or somewhat bodies of water, but that are have habitual. There's life could exist on such planet.
Yeah,
right.
It wouldn't be too hard to think that there's a form of algae type thing that's still a living organism floating on one of those types of oceans.
According to NASA, we now know of over 4,000 known exoplanets that orbit a sun-like star. Now, at least according to NASA, there's no hard evidence of life existing elsewhere in the universe, but there's certain things that we know that started life here on this planet, and then we see kind of what matches up, you know what I mean? They're in a certain parameter, the sun is a certain size, their orbit is in the hospitable zone, they have water, they have carbon, they have hydrogen, oxygen in the atmosphere, they have all these check boxes, and it's a numbers game. There's gotta be at least one other of, who knows, maybe a potential infinite, that have the same thing, that have the same qualities of life. Should the U.S. and other countries be spending millions of dollars looking for extraterrestrial life?
See, do you have any idea how much they currently spend?
Recently, the largest player in the search for extraterrestrial life, the SETI Institute, has received over $200 million worth of funding.
It's kind of a loaded question in the fact of I think there is money to be put towards the actual study of outer space. But when it comes to life on other planets, no, not really. They haven't had any, zero proven, at least at the moment, of effect on anything that's happened on Earth. At least there's no proof to it. And until there is some sort of very definitive reason to put extra spending towards that, which I imagine would be billions and billions of dollars, no, there's no reason to. I think it's a waste of resources considering there's a lot of current factors going on.
I agree in the sense of, I don't think we should really be spending too much into it unless it's a necessity. What do we gain by, in the short term, what do we gain by looking for extraterrestrial life? Whether it's big, whether it's small. I mean, if we've just randomly found another, intelligence life, I don't know what to do with that information.
I don't think the reaction of people would be that big to discovering alien life.
I kind of agree.
Will there be panic and probably new forms of religion form? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. But do I think there's going to be this overall massive change where you see the world different, everything's going crazy now? Likely no. Especially if it's a microorganism. If it's a microorganism.
Oh yeah, I agree.
If there was everybody be like, oh, Wow. It would be very cool for a little while then.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be very interesting for a very small niche of people,
Mm-hmm.
like biologists or astrobiologists. I'm not sure if that's a job, but like people who have been like seeking for a long time, like extraterrestrial life. Like, is that a real thing? I think they would really find it interesting.
From a societal standpoint, we care about what currently, like, we act on what it directly affects us.
Yeah.
And if they did find intelligent alien life and it did not directly affect us, I don't think, like, imagine if like the alien showed up and it was just like this very good to meet you, exchange of information, gone.
I think it's interesting to think about, like, yes, we think of aliens in a certain way, and then obviously like something like a bacteria or an algae would be like exciting, but like I would say less significantly affecting my life directly than in finding intelligent life. Like if they have like a conscience, being like, oh, like there's other conscious beings like out in the universe. Like I feel like that's a big distinction. I feel like it's easier for us on Earth to look outward than to like kind of like inward in the sense. Like I feel like you have a better shot of like finding something if you're looking farther from Earth instead of like trying to see if things are coming to us.
I think you're right in the fact that there are no aliens like on Earth. They're like coming to Earth.
Oh, okay.
I 100% agree. I think we would have caught that by now. We'd have to check the stats on that, but I feel like a lot of people believe in aliens.
According to a survey conducted in 2021, 39% of Americans believed in aliens or UFOs. What do you classify as an alien?
It's not from Earth. It's considered an extraterrestrial life form.
So an alien.
Yeah.
Okay. So like if we found another planet and it was just like gorillas.
Yeah.
It was like purple gorillas.
Yeah, that's
would you just call it an alien gorilla?
No, they're gonna put their last name in some sort of Latin phrase out of it, and that's gonna be its scientific name when they find the first alien. It's gonna be some other dude's name. That's what's gonna happen. It makes so much more sense that there would be something else out there. But I really do not believe anyone, any sort of camera or anything has actually discovered it.
I want to believe that there is like other intelligent life or life in general out in space, but like, is it even feasible in my lifetime to like find that? You know what I mean? Because to think of how far is like unconceivable. Like even to like planets that we found and like solar systems that we found and nebulas and all these incredible forms of space, we're still like not seeing so much of it. Although life may never be found within our lifetime, it is still just as exciting to ponder the question. I hope you've enjoyed this interview with me, Gabe Williams, and Joel Fredericks.